Hey guys, it's Christian from pt.1. I got the wonderful opportunity to interview a awesome acupuncturist, Dr. Jeff DePaula. Why don't you listen in? Hi everyone, it's Christian Carroll here, and today I get to interview an awesome acupuncturist, Dr. Jeff DePaula to my right here. Jeff, pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much.
Alright, so why don't we start with a little introduction of yourself?
Well, I'm an acupuncturist. I went to the New England School of Acupuncture, which is in Boston, and it's a 3-year program. I also did a 3-year Chinese herbal medicine training after that, and I've been practicing for almost 10 years now.
That's awesome. So how did you get into acupuncture?
I actually got into it when I was in college. I started doing Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
And what interested me about it was the whole concept in Tai Chi of how you can use your mind to cultivate your energy and how that relates to your health and well-being. So both my parents are physicians. I was sort of surrounded by medical people my whole life growing up, although I never thought I wanted to be a physician. I saw my dad working these crazy hours and I was like, I don't want anything of that. But once I decided that once I really got interested in the whole concept of Qi and energy and how that relates to your health, I decided to go to acupuncture school.
Awesome. I love hearing that. So why don't we cut right in? As a health practitioner, when it comes to a patient with acne, does that raise any warning signs as to additional problems with them?
Well, usually when I am seeing patients who have acne, what it tells me is that, one, they have heat or inflammation in their body, which could be a underlying sign of some sort of toxicity. So some sort of detox protocol would be helpful. Usually I recommend not eating foods that cause an inflammatory process. So that's one of the main things, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, the diet, I think, is a key role in how people health overall, but specifically related to acne.
And I think that's a fundamental difference in how natural health practitioners and dermatologists see acne.
Right.
Dermatologists see it as, or they define it as a disorder, a disease of the skin.
Right.
And in that answer, you didn't mention anything about a skin disorder or sebaceous glands or anything
Right.
like
Well,
that.
and that's the main difference between alternative medicine, holistic, treating the whole person, versus allopathic medicine, which I don't have any contempt for, other than that they're sort of tunnel vision on their specialty or subspecialty, as the case may be. So they're not looking at the big picture in the person. They're just treating, the skin, the gland. Okay, what's the bacteria? Let's treat the disease, the causative factor. But if you really step back and say, well, yeah, okay, well maybe there is a bacteria in the skin that's causing this infection, but what's the thing that caused that? What caused the infection? And okay, maybe it was, exposure to something, or they've been not eating foods that have been agreeing with their constitution. And step back even further, in most diseases, what I see in my practice, most diseases, if you ultimately trace back the root of the causative factor of the disease, it's either diet, stress,
Yeah, which is a lot.
or lack of sleep.
Interesting.
So it's some type of stress. Nutritional stress, psychological stress, physical stress. You've been working in the yard all day and you hurt your back. But most of the time it's diet and psychological stress.
Interesting.
I would say 90+% of the people who I see, no matter what the disease is, acne, autoimmune disorders, internal digestive problems, headaches, gynecological problems, you name it, it's causative factors related back to that. So keeping yourself healthy is actually quite simple. It's eating as close to what I call Mother Nature, unadulterated, clean, organic, healthy food, You know, if you think back like 1,000 years of how seafood and meats and animals were raised, it was basically put your cow in the field, it eats grass, and you eat it after that.
Right.
So nowadays we're far from that.
Yeah.
So most people anyway.
I definitely understand that. And actually one of the things that I like to try and tell people is that it's really not their fault that they have acne a lot of the times, because they've had a lot of misinformation. I mean, right on the American Academy of Dermatology's websites, they say that food does not cause acne. And
I would 100% disagree with that.
And I would definitely agree with Jeff, just in my own experiences and other people I've seen, and I know you've seen a bunch of people as well. Could you kind of break down like why even the food pyramid is just kind of sets people up for a bunch of internal problems?
Well, the American food pyramid is based on processed, refined, denatured foods. Those foods are not health-promoting foods.
Right.
Foods in general that will typically aggravate acne are foods that, what we call in Chinese medicine, create internal dampness. Dampness is, I describe it to my patients as sort of like inefficient byproducts of digestion. Your digestive fire is how I describe this in Chinese medicine, and this is a concept that's really completely void in, you know, if you were going to get a degree in nutrition, if you're going to get your master's degree or even your PhD in nutrition, if you went to Harvard and went and talked about nutrition, they would most likely not mention the whole concept of energy and digestive fire. And that concept is the basis of how your digestion functions properly in Chinese medicine and also in Ayurveda, which is the medicine of India. So this concept is completely void. All they're talking about is biochemistry. Okay, what nutrients, what minerals, what vitamins are in the diet or not in the diet, or what calories, protein, carbs, etc. What we're talking about is something that's on a completely different plane.
So I hope you enjoyed the interview. What's really cool is that if you want more information, more videos, more education, visit the site www.deathofacne.com and hope to hear from you soon. Take care.